joining me for your March 2022 Astro Tarot Forecast. My name is Audrey Alison, and I am again shuffling the Alchemical Tarot by Robert M. Place. Cancer, please watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign for a full dose of cosmos for the month. And if you haven't done so, check out your psychic tarot readings to see if the cards I pull here align with your other readings. Cancer, today is our new moon. It's the 2nd of March, and all of this Pisces energy really works for Cancer because we have our new moon at 12 degrees of Pisces today in your 9th house of certification and higher education and knowledge. So Cancer could be investing themselves into learning, investing in their knowledge, and or foreign travel and exploration, foreign places you haven't been to. Something very new to Cancer is brewing. And on this very same day, the 2nd, through the 6th, there's an exact conjunction between Pluto and Mars and Venus. They're all aligned at 27 degrees of Capricorn. This is a harsh placement globally for us. In the 10th sector of authority and control is the planet of war, the god of war, Mars, and Pluto, the planet of destruction and death. Not pleasant for what is happening around our world right now between all of the men and the women in the Ukraine, Venus and Mars, and the control of authority, which is where Russia is coming into play. But on a personal level, for Cancer, what this what this conjunction means for you, it occurs in the 7th house of marriage and partnership and your partnership arrangement. Cancer could be agitated around this time. What the hell? My shit's talking to me for no reason. Okay, let me back up. There's agitation in the marriage and or business partnership area for Cancer. And there could be a rearranging of boundaries in relationship, roles, responsibilities. There's changes here in the 7th house of how we've been doing things in the 7th sector of relationship, commitment, partnership, and monogamy. Things need to be fair and balanced. That's the goal. On the 6th, both Mars and Venus traveling together around the astrological wheel, they both shift out of this sign of Capricorn on the 6th and enter Aquarius. And Mars is there through April 14th, and Venus is there through April 5th. This is a much better place for these two, and it's in the sector of sex and intimacy. And when you have Mars in the sector of sex and Venus in the sector of intimacy, you are getting along. You are cohesive. You can combine your energies together. You can make sweet love. You can also make sweet money because the 8th sector is the sector of wealth and investment. If you've experienced a hit with investment over the last several months, Mars in your 8th house is a replenishment. Venus in the 8th house is a replenishment. You'll get it back. Things change. What goes up must come down. And what goes down must come up. On the 9th of March, Mercury, the communication planet, shifts into Pisces through March 27th, where you receive this new moon in education and certification. Mercury is conjunct Neptune and Jupiter while here. Knowledge is a big part of Cancer's role this year. In fact, going back to school with Jupiter full year in the ninth sector would be smart, because Jupiter is knowledge and represents knowledge and expansion in the sector of the ninth house that he naturally governs on the solar wheel of knowledge, expansion, and certification, higher education. So enrolling in something or trusting in your brain to really absorb what you are reading and getting into is very powerful for the full year, but specifically from March 2nd through March 27th. Our full moon occurs on the 18th of March at 27 degrees of Virgo in the third sector of siblings, transportation, neighborhood, and local travel. Cancer might need a new vehicle, or there might be a new mode of transportation in the house where one doesn't work anymore, so there's a temporary one there. Something could be seen in your sibling relationships that needs to be adjusted, or there's an illumination about a behavior of a neighbor or a sibling that will need to be communicated about. Also, this is the sector of communication, so your specific style of communicating might go through some shifts, and Cancer's listening more than they're speaking this month. They are a little more reserved and less social. On the 20th, the sun enters Aries, and it's the vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere. The sun in Aries for Cancer through April 19th is wonderful for your career. Back on track. I don't know why I want to say that. Back on track. Things can work for you now. If some of you had new positions, a hiatus, or job searches, looking for new work, you have the life force of the sun illuminating your career sector for 30 days from March 20th through April 19th. This supports new work. Cancer, let's see what's in your tarot for the month of March. And if you'd like a private reading, I'm at audreyalison.com. We can set this up, and you can pick your date and time and reading length that you'd like, and you will receive a confirmation email in that moment that you pay for your reading. All right, Cancer, here are your cards. Two of Wands, the Lovers, Venus and Mercury. I always thought it should be Venus and Mars because they're the masculine and the feminine, and they transit together in your 8th house. But the Two of Wands is about your intimacy, your physicality, the 8th house where Mars and Venus are entering. Sexuality, comfort, trust, intimacy, creation, creativity. Some of you are making babies if you are of appropriate age. Also, your role as mother and mentor and nurturer is heightened in this month. The money tree. You're the only sign who's gotten this so far. The 9 of Coins, leisurely money, relaxing into your earnings, growth, investment, what is planted can bloom, and Judgment. Wow, you've got some major arcana coming up here. Judgment and Empress. Oh, for those of you who have lost mothers or mothers who have passed, this month is powerful for you. Empress represents the mother. Judgment is the angels above us who witness what occurs for us here. Some of you are experiencing, anniversary of those who've passed. March 14th, my dear friend who's a Cancer lost her mother on that day. I hope she's watching. I love you. One more card. And the High Priestess. Okay. You aren't as social, but you are extremely intuitive. If you want people to come to you, just allow them to. You might not be as responsive to people or open to a lot of social external parties or experiences with others. You're retreating into knowledge, study, a little bit of a hermit mode, and you're also celebrating the life of any maternal influences or mentors that have passed. I hope this was helpful. Also, turn to your relationship. They are there for you in this month, and they're willing to expand on their relationship with you this month. Cancer, I hope this was helpful. I love you. I'm wishing you a beautiful month. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.